Yoga Sutra 117. Continuing Patanjali Yoga Sutra reading, portion on contemplation. 117. Samprajnata Samadhi, which is distinguished contemplation, is accompanied by reasoning, reflecting, rejoicing, and pure I amness. And so this one is pretty challenging to understand. What in the world are they saying? And so simply samadhi is contemplation, and but it's more than contemplation. It is also like experiencing a complete understanding or knowing of that which you are contemplating. And so what it says is, so this practice is acquired, or this contemplation, this experiencing and knowing of oneness with, for example, an object, occurs by first we reason, we reflect, rejoicing. Now that one's like, what? But joy is a part of that, aha moment, right? And pure I amness, which is also a really vague term and interpretation. It's more of when you really feel like you are being and acting yourself. So these are my interpretations, and the original Sanskrit is pretty very challenging to read, so I'm not going to try, because the word, the second word in this sutra is about 23 letters long. However, this portion also in this book interprets prakriti. Prakriti is an unmanifested condition that has both matter and force, so it's a little bit of physics in here. And this force, or prana, so prana is often referred to as our breathing. That life force, we breathe in the prana. And that prana, that life force, has three constituents. And the three constituents are called gunas. And the gunas are sattva, rajas, and tamas. Sattva, tranquility; rajas, activity; tamas, inertia. When these three qualities are in equilibrium, they do not affect the matter. So unless you understand the prakriti, the nature of life itself, you can't ignore it or set it aside. You can't get out of it. And so, I don't know, it's, your guess is as good as mine what all of that means. And I do know that, understanding that there is, that we all have that nature of, you know, that feeling everything's right, sattva, and rajas, where we want to change things, or inertia, where like we're kind of just like laying around like, oh, it doesn't matter if I do anything or not, so I'm not going to do anything. That's the inertia. So there's those three forces at work inside of us at all times, and you know, my goal is to have that on balance. Like, I don't want to overdo my action in the world, and I don't want to be too inert in the world. I want to find the balance in my own pure flow. All right. And I'm going to finish this talk with a little lecture on forward folding and forward folding poses that are calming. I mentioned that in my last video. The calming poses are beneficial, especially in the evening. And we want to, when we fold forward, I like to start with standing when I do forward fold, and just helps me to get the spine stretched out better, the legs stretched out better. And we want to be careful not to compress the spine. So when we fold forward, I like to have the knees bent just slightly at first. And then I go down only to the point where I don't feel any pressure in the low back. And I breathe there and let my body slowly maybe go deeper. It helps to flex your leg muscles. That helps them to stretch the back of the legs in this one. And just breathing, full deep breath. And then we'll come up slowly. And so just doing that one pose in the evening before you go lay down in bed is helpful. I even like to use the bed itself. I'll stand on the floor, fold forward onto hands on the bed, and then slowly lower down, maybe by bending my elbows, lowering down further with the head on the bed. So there's all sorts of ways you can modify and protect your spine. So when we fold forward and round the back, it can compress the spine, and we don't want to compress the spine. We want to kind of gently stretch those muscles in between the vertebrae so that you can get more circulation through the spine. Makes your back healthier.